This is a poem that I wrote about something that really irritates me and something that's going to prove to be a huge problem for rural communities, especially quite remote rural communities where house prices tend to be quite low. Where I live is Aberystwyth, and there seems to, well, historically, there's always been a second home ownership here where people will buy property cheaply. This has really been happening since the 60s and 70s. And it's really ramped up now. So it has the net effect of raising house prices for local people, raising house prices and making it very difficult for local people to remain in the area and to live in small villages. And again, this knocks on to things like the local schools have fewer kids that enroll, so they've been closing. You know, the local businesses in the winter don't have as many people using them because the houses are empty in the winter. So this is a very poisonous and problematic practice, the ownership of a second home, and it's not one that's easy to address. But it annoys me, and I can see that in the future in mid Wales, especially where I am, there's going to be a real problem because of second home ownership and the business model of turning a second home into something that can be Airbnb'd or, you know, feeding into that tourism notion. And of course, the problem there is that when people arrive, they bring with them their Waitrose shopping and a case of wine, and it means that the amount they actually spend in the local community is debatable, because one of the arguments for a second home is that, you know, this will feed into the local community. I don't believe it does, but I may be wrong, of course. So I wrote this poem, which is, you know, catharsis really, because it annoys me so much, and just to get it out of my system. And it's called very simply Second Homes. You have two grid references, I see, an SN and a surprising TQ, a yin and yang you have paid down for, a clatter of latches and a clang of bars. You have enabled both hemispheres, a left and a right, places both hot and cold, to relax and indulge and toil and love. Our invitation to your other, for you one dominion, are the wetsuits, mansplaining on a wall made by bigger hands. And, for that matter, bigger backs. Your necks are the only thing long enough to take a mythtir square from those who made the visions you claim.